Up with Daria and Bel. What in the actual fuck happened yesterday, Belinda?
Okay, so you went there. You went there right away.
We haven't talked to, so everybody, today is Friday, February 2nd. I know this will not be released today. It'll be released next week. But yesterday,
Huge.
I literally was like quaking on the train home, and I was like, I need to talk to Belinda about it. And then I was like, wait, I can't talk to Belinda about it because we need to talk about it on the podcast because we haven't talked about Formula One in far too long.
And we were mentioning it and saying, like, I think, with our new listeners, they don't know that we're Formula One, fanatics.
Well, you're a fanatic. I'm fanatic.
Fanatic.
I said that really well.
I'm a fan, like I'm an OG fan, but let's face it, it's a circus. And if that was never more true than yesterday. I mean, I'm getting these text messages. I'm like having dinner. I'm like, Daria, oh my goodness. I'm running to Instagram. I'm like looking on ESPN. I'm like, what? What?
So what? Tell everybody what happened.
Lewis is going to Ferrari.
Is there another? I don't have a...
Really? They have sound effects?
Oh. I have clapping, cheering. I don't have many sound effects.
You have boos.
Now I'm clapping because...
Josh will start watching Formula One again.
No, because I'm a Ferrari fan. And it was funny because I was like, I'm a Ferrari fan, but I'm also a Lewis fan, and I'm also a Zaddy Alonso fan. And I'm a Haas fan. Well, I was a Gunther fan, but now I don't know that I'm a Haas fan anymore. So the circus of whatever has happened, because Gunther's also gone. We touched on that last week.
Yes. Gunther is out of there, babes.
Andrea, they're not. They didn't approve his request to be in Formula One, which was wild. I definitely thought that was a shoo-in. But I think the thing with Lewis is like he has been with Mercedes for 11 years. I think
he's been with Mercedes since he was 13.
Yeah, but he drove for Ferrari at some point, and he drove for
I don't know
because he and Vettel drove for Ferrari together, didn't they?
Did they?
Maybe they didn't. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Anyway, so he invoked a release clause in his contract.
Which is also crazy that exists. I feel like that... Why even have a contract if there's a release clause?
Well, it'll be like after so many years and...
But like that just makes this year... I was thinking about that too. I was like, this year is just fucking awkward, isn't it?
I don't think so. I mean, maybe.
No? If you have a full year where like your engineers know you're leaving because you hate, because it's also like the car is bad, right? And like, let's be real. He like hates the car. That's why he's leaving. And he hopes that the Ferrari car is better.
Field, or is he just, is he going to be able to put up with, 85-second long pit stops where Ferrari can't even find the fucking wheels?
Well, that is true, but again, I just wonder if I knew that someone on my... It's like when you fire someone, they're not just like working for the next year. Like, you fire them, they're gone, right?
Well...
It's like, so it's just this weird... It's just, I feel like it's going to be a weird season where like, he's not going to risk anything, right? He's not going to be risky with things. I just feel like he's going to come and like...
He's just going to... I hope not.
He's going to coast for the year.
Or is George going to then become the number one?
I think George has definitely got to become the number one driver.
Right?
It doesn't make sense that he would.
Lewis is going to coast. I mean, what would be a weirdly ironic and delicious sort of twist of fate is if the car suddenly started working brilliantly and he went... I mean, he's going for the 8th World Championship.
Yeah.
I don't know why he can't do it at Mercedes, but,
Yeah. I mean, I think the last 2 years definitely affected him. I did see a funny comment that it was like, can someone go check on Toto? Like, is he okay?
I know. I was like, Toto, darling.
Poor Toto. I do love him.
I adore him, and I think he's been a great team principal.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's as conflicty as we think. I think Lewis is looking to end his career. And he'd like to do it at Ferrari. I mean, I love Ferrari. everyone loves a Ferrari.
Why do you think he wants to do it at Ferrari though?
Oh, why not? He feels he's getting old, and
Yeah.
maybe he feels. Excuse me.
Belinda's having a coughing fit. This is on video, so we can all see. Are you okay? Uh-oh. Oh, no. You're muted now.
I'm fine. Oh my god, I'm fine. It's a Friday. I'm in the middle of like QA testing, and
It's a crazy day.
we are also looking at making some. Okay, no, wait. Before we get down to business, so who else is moving?
Well, that's the other thing. It looked like Vettel's back out of retirement, but at Red Bull? What did I see?
I saw that as well, and I just don't know. I don't know
if that's true, but it was. Hold on, I need to look
because
on
that
Instagram.
means Checo's out, or is
I love Checo.
Is Verstappen going to Mercedes?
Mercedes? No fucking way.
And what's happening to the other chap from Ferrari? I'm so nervous.
Wait, I don't know. So this is just so okay. You guys can see. This is just so there's no post. Oh, so there is a. This is like so.
It's
okay,
very weird.
Hold on. This is so 5 days ago.
Yeah.
Wait, more than this.
Yeah. Did you see
January?
that?
Wait, there's so much Red Bull content.
I haven't. I just kind of did a little check-in last night, and I was in.
Wait, what is happening? There's been Red Bull content.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, since December on Vettel's in what's 2023, December 2023.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Germany.
I just don't know.
Second place? What? Okay. Like this is an old, okay, anyone who can see. This is not current Vettel. Current Vettel is so he's posting like old
Vettel.
He's posting like old Red Bull content.
So go to Vettel.
For like months. What?
But go to his. Oh, are you on his?
This is his.
Oh.
But then now, I think he's just posting old. Because even this picture is like baby Vettel.
Yeah, it is. That's a little.
And it's like preseason testing. Like, what does the car look like? Like, is this even the car? I don't know what's happening.
We don't know. Is
this a joke? What is Red Bull saying? Is Red Bull saying anything?
I just want Porsche to come.
Wait, no.
Into Formula One.
Vettel and Mercedes for 2025. What is happening? Oh no, that's F1 Troll. Sorry.
Oh
that account is F1 Troll. Well, I'm like losing it right now,
it's
guys.
the same.
I'm absolutely losing it.
And it's a perfect
Red Bull
segue
Racing.
into what we're
What
talking
is Red Bull Racing? No, it's not. What is Red Bull Racing saying, if anything?
I don't know.
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
No,
they do have a picture of Checo in a pool.
Oh god. They said something the other. I saw something. Red Bull.
I don't think there's anything. Sebastian.
Okay, we're also going to have to talk about the Superb Owl thing this weekend.
Vettel. Sebastian Vettel. Mercedes boss convert. Oh, what? Hold on.
Okay, so
Mercedes boss Toto Wolff confirms Sebastian Vettel comeback stance with duo always talking. Wait, this is maybe real. Okay, I don't know. I have no idea. That would be weird. Vettel's like he was only okay in, what car was he driving? Aston Martin?
What car was he driving? British Racing
Aston Martin.
Aston Martin, darling.
I did like him in green. I mean, we'll see. I guess we will see.
Yeah.
But it's been a crazy
week. But I mean, let's talk about the Superb Owl thing that's this weekend.
Sorry, say that word again?
The Superb Owl. It's Superb Owl weekend.
It's not. That's next weekend.
Is it next weekend?
This weekend is the Pro Bowl. It's like the week off. This weekend is like a flag football game for like the best players.
Super Bowl we'll talk about next weekend.
But it is this weekend is the Grammys. No, that was all the drama, not drama, but the question was, will Travis go to the Grammys? And the answer is no, because he has this Pro Bowl flag football game.
Is Taylor going to the Grammys?
Taylor is nominated for like 8 Grammys. Taylor is going to the Grammys. That's why Natalia was like the clown theory. Taylor announces Rep TV at the Grammys. I don't know.
I don't.
Did you see the thing I sent about the what was it? I don't even remember. All the math people are doing now is just so funny. Everyone's just trying to get to 13 any way they can.
Well, I mean, look,
I do think she will be at the Super Bowl. I think since she can be at the Super Bowl, I think she will be.
I don't see why she wouldn't. I mean,
well, she'll be across the world the day before.
Yeah, but Josh was. Yeah, but then if you just go the other way, where is the Super Bowl?
Vegas. Well, that was what other people were joking. They were like, it's a 13-hour flight from Tokyo to Vegas.
Did you see that TikTok where the woman was like, 13-hour flight from... Oh my God. Yeah.
Well, that was the one that that's the one that everyone's making fun of, where it's like, this minus this is 13. It's going to be her... if she goes, it's her 13th game. It's a 13-hour flight. 87 minus something is... It's like all of the 13s. It's just very funny.
It's fine. It's going to be good. I mean, look, she's controversial at the moment as well. Because apparently, she's influencing, world politics. She is influencing the global economy. So
she's definitely influencing the global economy. Well, and I think the politics thing is funny because, this started, I want to say, 6 years ago. When she basically, it was a local Tennessee, because she's a resident of Tennessee, technically. That's where she lives.
It was the whole voting.
Correct. Yeah. And she just got people to register to vote. She made her thing clear that she was not supporting Marsha Blackburn.
Yeah.
And that was also part of the Reputation, the Miss Americana documentary.
Yeah.
Where she's fighting with her dad about how she wants to be on the right side of history and all of that. So now it's just that she's gotten so much more popular since then.
Right.
Because that was 20. I mean, her popularity, during COVID and everything that's happened is just, skyrocketed. Yeah. So I think that since she got, 100,000 people to register to vote in Tennessee, they're just, quaking, who's she going to get to register to vote in the country? And what does her fan base lean? I have no idea.
I also have no idea. And we're not getting into politics.
Yeah, Fox News is just saying very funny things that they're she's a Biden PSYOPs agent. I have no idea. I have no idea. I just look at pictures of her hugging Kylie Kelsey and I cry because she's just I think I texted you this. I was I can't believe she's a real person.
She is. I saw the one when she ran towards Travis. The moment she saw
in Argentina.
Him. Was that in Argentina?
After the concert or at the game?
No, after the concert, and ran to him. And,
that was the one night. Okay, so we never talked about this.
Okay, so is this episode
Natalia
gonna get to ecom, or are we just gonna throw this as a bonus episode? You want listeners, lookers, viewers, whatever you're called. This is Daria and Belinda. That's it. Go.
We will talk about it, but this is more exciting. So Natalia, I don't know. I think people know that I went to Argentina for the concert.
Yes.
Right? And Natalia and I had tickets for Thursday. Right? And we were sitting right where the Kiss Heard Round the World was happening. But Friday was the concert that got rescheduled because of rain. Saturday was the concert that Travis went to where the Kiss happened. And then Sunday was the second concert we went to, and Travis was already on a plane back to Kansas.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember.
So I went to 2 out of 3 concerts in Argentina, and I didn't go to the one with the Kiss Heard Round the World. But at the first concert, I was sitting right next to where it happened, so I can imagine it. And I did see Taylor walk out, and I did see her dad. It was very cute. Her dad, is the cutest man in the world. He's literally, how many concerts has he been to? He still takes videos of just the crowd.
Right.
He's so cute. Well, I love Scott.
I think they're great. I think they're relatively grounded.
As grounded as they can be. I just think it's so funny when she does her her little cute I'm a silly girl stuff.
Taylor?
Because she's also so Taylor, yeah.
She is a silly girl. She's a girl. She's normal. She's human. She's real. When she's asking her mom what to wear. She's like, Mom, what should I wear? And her mom's like, huh? And then Taylor's like, that's how we make decisions.
Oh
She's
man.
a normal human.
I don't. How do we transition this?
Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be talking about customer segments.
Wait. What is this sound? It's labeled transition. So I was like, maybe just a sound. There's another transition. Hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, on this afternoon show, 16 minutes into the show, the Daria Bel show. We can't call this the eCommerce stand-up show. Just calling this the Daria and Belinda, and I've been getting ill. Customer segmentation. Do you not have like a chopping thing? Or should we get someone like to chop things up, like segment things?
Oh, like a chopping sound. Well, I don't have that. That's not in my list of media, so I can't add it. But yes, we're going to talk about customer segmentation. I think it's something that not enough people do, and I don't think it matters how big you are. We've talked about kind of a robust email marketing program for a long time.
Yeah.
And you can't really have successful email marketing without successful segmentation. And you might ask, well, what is segmentation?
Yeah, do tell.
And segmentation is just, again, the grouping of customers into different, or potential customers into different groups.
Okay.
Segments, whatever.
Let me delve down a little bit into the data. Not into the data, but every single customer that visits your store has a pattern that will reflect their buying behavior. Segmenting customers, we're basically looking for the patterns within the patterns to take these data points and transform them into actionable insight. What she said.
Give some examples, though.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, okay. So like people might be like, well, what can you segment customers by, right? So I think there's the obvious like spending category. Correct. Right? Like lifetime spend. Right? So you kind of have to look at the lifetime spend across your clients. Look at like the curves that it makes and see where, because like, for example, how do you decide where to make the categories? Right? Like, should lifetime spend be over 1,000? Like, you have to look at the graph of your customer's lifetime spend to then decide, because chances are it's a bell curve. Chances are most of these are bell curves, I think. So you kind of have to do like the center and the ends, right? Low spend, mid spend, high spend.
I would probably not even start with money. I would start with one-time purchaser or repeat.
Versus repeat. Mm-hmm.
That's where I would start. And use that. We've got to have a baseline, right? And excuse me, viewers, for coughing. We've got to have a baseline. And
at least you didn't get on a plane with COVID and be patient zero. So
no. I'm saving that. I'm busy watching. I'm getting pings because we're in deep testing stage at the moment.
Am I getting pings?
No, you're not. We're testing stuff.
I'm not.
So we're testing checkout extensibility and overlaying some very complicated functions. Basically taking and segmenting a subscription app and turning it into a subscription/membership. Very exciting. Never mind. So yeah, I would start with, has the person just bought once? And pick your time period. Is it over a year? Is it over a season? You know, whatever you want to look at. Is it since forever? That would be my first segment. If you're talking about where you're going to put marketing money, the question that I have for you, and I'm just interested in your opinion, is do I go after my people who only purchased once in the last 365 days? Or do I go for someone who's had a repeat purchase?
Well, you know my answer. It could be different for everyone. It
could be.
Right? So you kind of have to, and I think it's one of those things where when you're segmenting and when you're starting out, you have to test which segments are most receptive to different things.
Yes.
And then kind of double down on that. But also note that if things start changing for the worse, you might have to kind of erase and start over.
Exactly.
Right? Because, for example, you could test this exact scenario, right? Your one-time purchases, your repeat purchases, and you could test a new collection, right? And just see which purchases more. You could test a sale and see which does better. Maybe a VIP sale, right? Although it wouldn't necessarily be VIP for the one. Whatever. It doesn't matter. You can call them VIPs even if they're not. So that could go better, and you could kind of go towards, let's say repeat purchasers are buying 2x more than the one-time buyers. Okay, great. So you go that way, and you're kind of noticing trends and conversion rate on your emails, and it's all pretty standard. And then it starts to dip.
It does.
If it starts to dip, you kind of have to start over, right? You can't just keep doing the same things hoping that it goes up again. And the reason for this, and this is super important, those segments, and this is why tools like Klaviyo, for example, and I think most email marketing tools do this, are so powerful. Those segments change automatically
of the time,
right?
Yep.
As you're getting, and it's like the people in them are constantly changing because they're spending more money or they're buying more. There's also an element usually where you kind of date the segment. So you say like not repeat purchaser over all time. Maybe that's a segment.
Maybe.
But you also probably have repeat purchaser in the last year.
Correct.
Right? If someone's purchased twice in the last year or two, they're way more likely to purchase again versus someone who's purchased twice over 10 years.
Depending on your product. And so there's
of course
another thing as well. I think it's kind of interesting. So repeat purchasers, I want to go after them and say thank you. But I also need to look at, was it a seasonal? Did someone buy 2 coats, a la Daria, in winter? Should I be sending them a spring promo for more coats or something like that just because they were a repeat customer? No, you need to think about timing. For one-time purchases, should we be just retargeting? Should we not even, I mean, they can get a newsletter or a special offer, but should we be spending money on retargeting to them on other platforms? Like not just email, because let's face it, email marketing isn't everything for everyone. So there are many different ways to slice and dice your email marketing list. It's not just by this person has purchased, this person signed up. It is a subscriber, isn't a subscriber. It's not as simple as that.
I think it's also super interesting, and I give this kind of as a warning to our listeners when you're talking to agencies potentially, right? It's never really sat well with me where people are like, oh, we've done this a million times. And it's like, well, but each time is a little bit different. And I think even like unicorn companies are a good example. I would say it's very, very rare for someone to just like be able to make that happen multiple times in a row, right? I actually do have a friend. I have one friend who's really good at selling companies. He sold like 5 companies now. But that's because he finds something he knows people need. He just builds it and then he sells it really quickly. So it's like one of those turnaround things. But again, it's just each customer base is so different. And while you can use basic principles but you use the basic principles in your testing and then you have to come up with
Correct. Yeah. So if we've just discussed, so basically the segment that we were looking at was customer life cycle segmentation, right? We're looking at active, not active churn. Are they coming back? Everything like that. That is one campaign, if you want to call it, right? Another one that we're looking at is discount behavior purchasing. How do your customers interact with discounts? This is massive, and we put this into place. Here's something that you need to know. You can't walk back from free shipping. Be careful. I'm trying to do it with a customer right now. They're like, oh, we should start charging shipping. I'm like, really? Can you? There will be users who are part of your customer segment that only buy on holidays. There are some users that just always pay, will always use your 10% discount that you're giving them. How can you get more people to use a discount? Does it have to be 15%? Is it 12%?
And this is now a broader discussion, right? Because I'm very interested in kind of purchasing patterns over the year. What it feels like is happening. And this is, I think, part of a competitive market. And there were companies that used to be like, we don't do discounts. We feel like we're well priced, right? But they're all kind of walking back on that because they need to compete with the market. I've never seen, the number of sales in January that have happened, they're bigger than the Black Friday sales.
No.
Have you seen this at all in Brazil, or is it just a US thing?
No, I've seen it
because I'm now almost upset at the things I bought in December, and this is like, I shop a lot all the time, guys. This is not like I've always bought things in January. The quote unquote like end of season sales that are in January, it's the fucking bloody middle of the season. It's not the end of the season. What's happening here?
It's scary.
Mom is wearing off on me. Well, I guess the point of this, the point of what I'm trying to say is the trend I'm seeing is that I'm getting two kinds of emails. I am getting sale emails and I'm getting new collection emails. And I'm very interested in how they're performing because every other freaking email is a sale, and I wonder if anyone buys anything at regular price anymore. And then is the idea now that like it's okay if your margins go down if your volume goes up? It's just very interesting.
I think that's a dangerous.
Or are people pricing things? Or are people pricing things considering the fact that they like any new product? They're like, oh, we actually have to increase the price because we're always going to sell it on sale.
But if everything is a discount, then nothing is a discount.
Yeah,
I just can't.
We've pivoted a little bit from customer segmentation to sales tactics.
Well, but I think it's all part because your sales tactics will be governed by how you're looking at your data, how you're segmenting your customers. Yeah. Another way.
Well, and I think this is why I'll actually give you a very interesting example, right? I am talking right now to like a gift shop. And when I say gift shop, I call them a gift shop because like they basically curate from artisans and such to sell things in their store. To me, what a great value add is in let's call it a product that's not like quote unquote needed, right? A superfluous type of product, is that curation element, right? Like if I'm buying, I don't know, that to me as a shopper is so important to me. And I think like that's what would get me coming back to a shop versus a sale. Like just having a place that I know I can find. Like I feel like people, they just do SKU overload. They're just like, oh, you know what we're going to do? We're going to sell 100,000 products. Yeah. And I'm like, how am I supposed to find anything on your website? Yeah,
even if you've got good menu and filtering and everything, it's exhausting.
Well, and that's what we were talking about a client recently, that I feel like they're kind of just launching like different versions of the same thing over and over and over again. Yeah. And they're seeing the reception is not as great kind of every time, but they're not really doing anything new.
No, they're
right?
not.
And I think that that's happening.
But it's fear. It's fear as well. It's like, this worked for us, and therefore we'll just do the same thing. That goes back to the
pivoting, right? Like, correct. But you have to keep an eye. Like, if things stop working for you,
switch
you
it up.
Gotta change what you're doing.
You've got to take that risk. You can't just say, oh, well, it's because my website's not converting. Because that's another really important segment, website behavior, right? Tailoring your email messages or advertising messages or, omni-channel messages based on what action they took. And this is something Klaviyo, MailChimp, all of them, but specifically Klaviyo does so well. If a customer views A and customers, they are more likely to show interest in B. Customers that viewed page C blog are more likely to check out to this product or whatever. D
well,
product.
And that's so much of what we do. Like I remember, like that's, not to sell our services at all, but like when we do audits, that's what we're looking at. When people have entered through this sort of page, they're more likely to buy. So incorporate X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
And I think also I think a lot of what people also aren't doing, especially, I think we're in a time right now of like more change than there has been recently. And what I mean when I say that is like, there's obviously COVID and that changed buying patterns. And now prices of everything are just increasing, which is also changing people's buying patterns and behaviors. So I think we're just in a strangely tumultuous time right now.
There's a lot
where, and like,
of trouble, conflict areas in the world. There are several countries around the world that are heading into pretty tumultuous political times. The currency markets are on edge. I can see it. It just, not that I'm, a currency trader, but I can see it happening. You can just see twitches in the economy, and that is filtering down to what's happening on your site. However, that is not an excuse to stand still and say, well, we're not going to be doing any development. Or we're not going to be trying
well, it's not
anything
even
new
that.
on our
It's,
site.
I mean, and also when we say development, it's like across all fronts,
Yeah,
right?
of course.
Like, we say this all the time, like product development and looking. I mean, the number of times, if someone asks me one more time, why isn't this selling on my site? It's our best seller. And I'm like, because I can get it for 30% cheaper on Walmart.
Correct.
I'm going to lose my shit.
Yeah.
Because it's like people are going, so it's like you gotta get a value proposition on your website. Why should they buy it? If that's what you want, right? That doesn't need to be what you want. If you want
people to buy it in Walmart,
if your sales on Walmart are great and you get and they buy from you, like that's fine.
Yeah.
Like the what's it called? There was a client of ours and I saw they did an advertisement on a YouTube show that I watch. And the advertisement was directing people to Costco. And I was like, this is wild. Like, why would they do that? But it's just, it's fine. So great. If someone buys it, but then don't come to us and say, why is my website not
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's for sale on Costco for 50% less.
Correct.
Like, you need to give the value add. We're all over the place today.
We are all over the place. And maybe that is the theme of this. We're switching teams, switching sides, switching allegiances.
I think the theme, as usual, is test and be agile and operational agility. Remember, back to the 2024 trend? So that's operational, but I think it's agility on all fronts.
You've got to be.
Right? Like if your best sellers are not best selling anymore, you might need to develop a new product, a new style. You might need to clear out some styles, make it a little bit easier for people to find what they're looking for. Kind of look around, see what your competitors are doing.
Look at your messaging. Look at who you are as a core company. Don't be afraid to pivot. And more on that in a couple of weeks.
Absolutely. Well, we did actually make it 33 minutes in, so I think we can call it for now. So chat soon. But we're not launching it on Friday.
The Tuesday tumultuous terrible twins. All right.
This is why we're not branders.